I stepped dog shit this morning, bro.
Wax on, wax off.
Lions, we're coming for you.
There's 2 of them.
I have confrontational sex. Come on, baby, it's my birthday. Then I reach out, pull its heart out, and it'll be like, oh. The parents be like, oh, I fucked up. I mean, little chimps, they will rip any extremity. They will rip your fingers, your penis.
Why you keep looking down? What? I'm up here. I'm up here.
Hey, I'm Matt.
And I'm Anthony.
And this is
Doors Open.
Well, we have a guest. Jordan's girlfriend, Gabby.
Yes, we have Gabby in the studio.
Yes.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm chilling.
What did you think about your boyfriend? Are you guys calling each other boyfriend, girlfriend? Are you guys
Yeah.
all right, pretty serious?
I hope so.
You guys pretty serious? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have been dating for a year?
No, we've known each other for a year. We've only been dating for 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah, so it's a new relationship.
Oh, did you guys meet through like friends or online or?
No, through a convention. We both cosplay, so we met through that.
Oh. So what do you cosplay as?
I've done One Piece because I really like One Piece, and I also done Jujutsu Kaisen. So I done Gojo, Nanami, and then for One Piece I done Zoro and Nami, and then I done Starfire. I did Busette from Mario, and at the moment that's it. I want to do more stuff though.
Have you guys done like couple cosplays?
We're talking about it.
Yeah,
I have
those are fun.
Starfire already, so he wants to do Nightwing.
Oh, I knew it. 'Cause you know why? Because he loves Nightwing. He was exposed.
Got Robin right here. Got nothing to say. Gotta take a sip.
Okay, cool. You have any questions for your son's
No, I
girlfriend?
mean, we hang out. Like,
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we all hang
Oh,
out.
I thought in my mind they just met. In my mind, they just met.
We
No, I've
spent
met-
Christmas
Yeah,
together.
we spent Christmas together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, who'd you get her?
Cassie got her. What did we get?
You-
Listen. I'm gonna be real with you guys, okay? Cassie buys all the presents. My wife, she buys all the presents. So like, it's one of those things where it's like, she's like, "Hey, is this cool?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure."
I mean, that's not uncommon for someone to do a lot of
Yeah.
the shopping.
Yeah.
You know.
So I mean, I honestly don't remember what we got you, but
I honestly don't remember either.
Oh.
No,
Yes.
it's because his whole family, it was unexpected, but it was really sweet that they all got me something.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I remember the presents, but I don't remember who got me what. The only thing I remember is that he gave me a prop from Vampire Diaries. That's one thing. It was really cool.
Was that in addition?
yeah.
Okay.
Because Jordan has a jacket from Vampire Diaries. He's got one of Damon's jackets. And do you mind if I tell them the situation?
No. Go ahead.
Okay. Also, Jordan's also in the studio still with Gabby. But Gabby found out that he had the jacket, one of Damon's jackets, and was holding it hostage from Jordan, basically, because it's what you do in a relationship.
Girls like hoodies and jackets, and that was Damon Salvatore's jacket.
Yep.
Of course, I'm gonna take it hostage.
So, what'd you get her from the show?
Oh, I had one of the old case files from Alaric Saltzman's.
So you've known her for about 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I've known this guy over 30 years, and he's never given me anything
Never.
from any project he's worked on. That's
Never.
some bullshit. You know, that's bullshit, Gabby. That's some bullshit. Yo, give me what you hand it over.
I got nothing to say about that.
Yeah, 'cause you know it's true, man.
I mean, but what do you want? What do you want?
I don't want nothing.
See?
Just that thought that counts, is all, you know. So last time when Jordan was here, you were screaming, "This is why women pick the bear." Now, for those of you who don't know, it was a very popular social media meme type thing when girls say they would pick the bear over a man, meaning that they would feel safer with a bear,
Walking in the woods.
a wild bear,
Walking in the woods.
than a man walking in the woods.
Yes.
So, defend your answer.
Okay, So when women talk about this, they're not talking about like a good guy. Like, of course, if there was a room, I'm alone in a room with Jordan or a bear, I'm obviously gonna pick Jordan because I know him and I trust him, and I know he's a good guy. But if it's like a weird looking dude that I don't know, a stranger.
She laughing too much of that. You're doing too much.
I'd rather just, pick the bear. I
So-
don't.
So over a stranger and a bear, you're like, yeah, I don't know that guy.
Yeah,
right?
because like, you know the rules of a bear. If you don't mess with them, you back up slowly, you can get away. You're fine.
Depends what kind of bear, but I don't know.
Yeah, it all depends. Yeah, I mean, the different circumstances call for different tactics when you're around a bear. I'm not saying that I'm like an animal wrangler or anything like that, but yes, sometimes if you back up slowly, a bear will not attack.
Exactly.
Well, like different bears require different things, right? Some bears you have to act real big. In grizzlies, you act real big, and then in black bears, I think you curl and act like you're dead, basically.
Listen.
I could be wrong. I could be reversed. So don't listen to me. Don't be like, don't listen to me. I'm just saying, Google it. Well, don't Google it. Don't stay out of the woods.
I'm gonna say, if you see a wild animal, don't approach it, and don't make any sudden movements. Is the main thing. Don't make any sudden movements.
Okay, what wild animal do you think you could beat in a fight? Like the biggest. Don't go like, oh, little dog. No, like go big. Like, what do you think? And I'll disagree.
The biggest animal.
If I said, could you beat a panther?
No.
It was a baby panther, and you had a gun. You didn't ask the scenario. No, I'm joking.
No,
okay,
what?
you say no and panther. Okay,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
panther.
yeah.
Okay, how about a chimp?
A chimp?
Yeah.
Like a chimpanzee?
Yes.
The things that like can rip your face off?
I'm just asking questions.
Probably. I could fight a chimp.
Okay, well, what do you think, you little bitch, can beat? Damn, man.
What can you fight?
Anything, bro.
Anything.
Yeah.
So
Okay, wait.
You fight a panther?
If I had to.
Could you beat a panther?
All right, I have a plan. And this is like for 60% all the animals,
Okay,
right?
okay.
60%. I stuff my arm in its mouth till it's suffocated, right? Because it can't breathe.
I think
It
you
wouldn't expect it. Then I reach out, pull its heart out, and it'll be like, oh. The parents be like, oh, I fucked up.
I mean, I don't know if that's gonna work.
Dude, you never see me fight.
I have.
Yeah, you have seen me fight.
We fought each other.
I do well though. I do well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do okay. We don't fight each other. We play around with each other.
Yeah, we play.
We're talking about real fight. This guy's
Yeah.
seen me knock some dudes.
Shook his head. No,
Oh, he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
no.
But I've been in some
yeah,
fights.
we've been around some fights.
Well, I could beat a panther. How about you, Gabby? What animal?
I feel like I could be an alligator or a crocodile.
Whoa!
I mean, whoa.
I mean, like,
So what she doesn't know is that we actually have a.
like I feel like they're like they can't get up. So I think I could just like stand on something high and just like throw stuff at it, and like poke their eyes so they're blind so they can't even attack me.
And then
They
you roll
won't
them
know.
over, and then you rub their belly
Exactly.
and they fall asleep.
Exactly.
Well, that's your creative scenario. That's like I could stand on top of a house with a spear and kill a panther, right? I could be doing this.
Well, I mean, panthers can climb.
Yeah,
floating
but
house.
I feel like I'll be able to move better.
Yeah,
Compared to
on
like,
land.
an alligator. Hey,
On
on
land.
land. On land.
On
On
land.
water, I might not be able to.
Yeah.
Might, but I think that Jordan is desperately trying to say something here. What are you trying to say?
I'm just in disbelief.
Well, if you get behind an alligator or a crocodile and hold their mouth shut,
Exactly.
you
can't.
you can do
You
it. Now, getting it open, you can't. You're not
Yeah.
strong enough. But if you can get around, they use electric tape to tie
yeah.
their mouths down when they hunt
Yeah.
them. So yeah, if she like pivot and jumped on it, I think she could at least stop it from killing her.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could see that with an alligator. I think that was a good call. That was a good call.
Would you rather fight a lion or a gorilla?
Whoa.
He just did a gulp. He went.
Either way, I'm dying.
Why you look so nervous, dude?
It's a hard question. It's a hard question because we do actually have some animals in the back that we're gonna. It's a new segment that we have for 2025. No, I would have to say I would probably fight a lion over a gorilla. I feel like a gorilla just has 2 more opposable thumbs than I do. So,
I agree. This is why it'll be quicker with the lion, the death. A gorilla might rip your limbs off.
yeah, and
Like
beat you with them.
and beat you the shit. A lion is just I need to kill him for food. It's gonna bite me in the neck, snap my neck. I'm dead. I'm done.
yeah.
Hopefully, I'll probably just please. It bites my leg. I go ahead, go for it. Ah, my legs. No. And then the gorilla comes in. My turn. I'm like, no, tell this gorilla to speak. No, but I think a gorilla would just like beat the shit out of me and then use me as a toy. You know, and just like rip my arms off. I mean, little chimps, they will rip any extremity. They will rip your fingers, your
Why you
penis.
keep looking down? What? I'm up here. I'm up here.
I'm just saying, it will do it. It would. It just rip, like I said, your penis.
I got fingers too. You know, I'm up here,
I
man.
feel like I'm third wheeling right now.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You know, we have a long relationship.
Would you fight or an alligator, or not an alligator, but a lion or a gorilla?
Probably a lion. I don't want to get beat up.
All right,
I
it's
was
unanimous.
like, yeah.
Lions, we're coming for you.
Kill them before they kill you. Lions.
Mufasa.
Okay. Am I the asshole for asking fellow passenger to move his carry-on from spot in front of me to his? So the scenario is,
Okay.
you're like, hey, can you move your bag? It's, you know, it's on in front of me. It's above me.
Right.
Asshole or not?
No, I don't think
I
so.
agree.
I don't think so. It all depends on how you ask the question.
And also, how much space is there?
Yeah.
Gabby, what do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, he could find another place to put his stuff. I don't know what the reason is he's asking for it to move, but
Yeah.
for now it's a no.
Okay.
See, we don't know. We just jump to conclusions
We like-
and become assholes
Yeah.
ourselves. But I like to fantasize that there's just 2 people on a plane.
I had the same thought.
Yes, this is why we do this show. And then he's just like, he goes, "Can you move your back?" And the guy's like, "What do you like this? There's so much space. I'm your wife. What? Why are you asking me this?" Okay, let's find out what the issue is. I was flying business class, non-pods, from California to Canada, 6-hour flight.
Okay.
I only bring my laptop bag for easy access to my electronics. When I get to my aisle seat above my aisle seat, however, I notice a window seat passenger place his carry-on in front of my seat instead of his. Oh, this is on the bottom. Oh, what? That's okay. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
I asked if he could move his bag to the seat in front of him, and he replied that it wasn't enough space for him since he's tall. He told me, You just have a suitcase. So what's the big deal here? Putting it in the overhead bin?" I told him, "No, I want easy access to my laptop and would like to use it in the space in front of me." As this encounter was occurring, other passengers was arguing with him and saying I was being unreasonable. I was being unreasonable? Wait, other passengers were agreeing with him and saying I was being unreasonable. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I told him, "Why do you get access to the space in front of you, in front of me, when both paid the business class seats?" Things did start to get heated, and I was about to call over to the flight attendant, and he eventually moved his bag.
Okay.
I was just so shocked when the other passengers were agreeing with him. Am I the asshole? I'm really surprised too.
Yeah.
That's why I read it wrong, because I was like, wait, why would they agree with him?
Yeah. That's crazy.
How tall was this guy?
He's 6'5".
You know what I mean? Like, what if they're like a tiny person? And,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know, but that's crazy.
Gabby, what are your thoughts?
No, the other one's the asshole.
Yeah.
Tall guy, right?
Yeah. Like
'Cause I
buy
mean-
2 seats if you want to
Exactly.
like if you're that tall, buy 2 seats. People do that.
It goes back to the concert scenario.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like you pay for this seat. This is
my
your
seat.
seat. It's not like, they're just random open seats for everybody to take. This is your seat.
I think
You
we
pay
all
for this.
agree. You pay for the seat, you use the spots allotted to you, right? But the weird thing about this story are the passengers agreeing with
Yeah.
the other guy. What
Yeah.
would make them agree to this?
They're trolls.
You think so? You think, but that's a weird thing to troll. Like they all were like, "Yeah, man, let him leave. He's so tall, dude. You're short as fuck, bro." Like, that's a weird thing to get behind. I don't know.
I don't know business class people.
What would you do? Would you be confrontational and say, "Hey,
Yeah,
can
I'd
you
be like,
move it back?"
hey, can you please move this? And then if he doesn't want to move it, I would kick it. Just straight kick his back.
I don't believe you.
I would.
No, you're a very polite guy.
I am. I would.
I don't think you would do that. I think you would even put it above.
I would probably.
This guy talking.
No, man. No,
I'm serious. I don't think you would.
I would be confrontational in that moment, just because it's like.
I think if it was your kid's seat, you would.
Oh,
but if it was
if it
your
was my-
seat,
yeah,
I think you'd be chill. Be like, "Oh, this is your bag." And he's like, "Oh, I'm just too tall." And you'd be like, "Okay," and you'd put it above
Put my bag above and like
you.
have
Yeah, and you'd
Right.
be a little discomforted. To
6-hour flight. No. If it was a 1-hour flight, maybe.
Gabby, would you ask them to move their stuff?
Oh, I'll move it myself.
Damn.
I mean, technically, you paid for the spot, so now he put his stuff in your spot. You own it. Possessions. Time.
Yeah.
Does that work? That's your bag now?
Yeah,
I don't
it
know
is.
about-
That's
I
how
don't
it
know
works. That's how it works. That's how it works.
Okay, all right.
I promise.
Okay, you promise. Okay, believe him.
I'm a lawyer.
He's a lawyer. I would kick my feet like this on it, and I was like, "I stepped in dog shit this morning, bro. Sorry, dude." And then he'd probably, "Oh man, there's dog shit on my bag." But that was interesting. I wonder if there's a follow up of why these people said he was an asshole.
I doubt it.
Yeah, there's probably not. Okay.
They probably misheard something, cause like there's no way. Like, that's made up, or like the audience like probably misheard whatever happened.
Like, one of the reasons why I would try not to be confrontational is just because I don't want to end up online, get into a fight on the airplane, and then get booted and put it on the list for like, what was it, 10 years?
Yeah.
Because you see, like, do you remember that lady last year who was like, I don't know if she was drunk, but she's pointing and she goes, "He's not real." You guys remember that?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay, Jordan remembers. So, like, there was this girl who was throwing this huge fit, and she's getting kicked off the plane, and she kept pointing to something off screen and saying, "He's not real. He's not real." And she said this guy's face like would change like a shapeshifter. You remember this?
Yes.
It's crazy, right?
Yes.
Well, I'm that guy. No, I'm not. but that's wild. Like, I mean, what I'm saying is like it's. The amount of videos I've seen of people on airplanes with confrontation, it's crazy. And I just don't want to be on a video, except it's on my podcast, me saying obscene things. But at least I'm kind of in control of that.
Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah. But I think everyone's just looking in this generation, looking to get that viral video.
Yeah.
And so people aren't helping situations. They just want more confrontation.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, confrontation sells.
Yeah.
It used to be sex, but now it's confrontation because you get demonetized.
I have confrontational sex. Come on, baby. It's my birthday.
I'm sorry, Katie.
Yeah, like, do you guys remember World Star? World Star.
Yeah.
Like that. Why are you smiling?
Whenever there's a fight, people just yell at it.
Yeah. And it's weird. That's become a meme. Like when someone gets in a physical altercation, people go, "World Star, World Star." But that whole entire site was literally like, let's just get viral by doing something crazy.
Yeah.
You know. What was your first viral video that you saw that you were like, what's wrong with humanity right now?
I don't know. I guess for me, it was this like kids fighting teachers. Like I was just like, why? Like, is this what we're sending our kids to school to do? Is to make these videos? It's just like, because there was a lot of them for a while. And
No, you're
just
right.
like-
It
I
was like a
it's
popular
crazy.
thing
Yeah,
that
it
went.
was popular and it was crazy. And I was just like, learn something, kids, please.
Yeah, what's a video that you saw that you just couldn't believe you were watching that was just outrageous?
Well, I mean, there was I don't think it was like a viral thing. It was just like people were hurting. Like it was a trend, like hurting elder people.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, like they attack like elder people, and I was just shocked about that. I was like, how? Why would you even like?
There was that thing called what, knockout game.
Yeah, I was talking.
Oh yeah, that's what it's called.
And you would just try to knock out a random person.
But
and
it was mostly aimed.
elderly because they
Older.
couldn't defend themselves.
Yeah.
You know, just walk up to an old lady or something and just punch them, and then I guess you just try to knock them out, and that's the thing. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Knockout game.
Stupid.
I saw a video recently on a subway where a man pushed a man into the subway. So it's pretty new. It was just I don't know where this guy was just standing waiting for a subway, and this man just pushed him, tried to kill him, and he fell in between the two railings. And he's like, it was like an act of God, I didn't die, because if you land on those, you get
The third
electrocuted.
rail,
Yeah. But I don't know. I just think it's a weird.
Well, I mean, I think like especially in those cases, the people that actually like do the physical harm should be sought after. Like they should get some sort of like legal, I guess they should get arrested. Basically, what I'm saying.
Sure. Do you think when you cyberbully, there should be some kind of ramification on that?
It all depends. It all depends on like what the context of what you're saying is, because like I feel like a lot of the times that someone might have an opinion and it might not be what the other people want to hear, but as long as they're not inciting any type of like malice or harm towards someone, it's okay. But like when you start saying like you should kill yourself, or I'm gonna kill you, or anything like that, that's when you're falling into that legal ramification.
So if someone says, and Gabby, I'll direct this to you. If someone says, you should kill yourself. You should kill yourself. And he starts and everyone likes it, and like, yeah, you should kill yourself. And then you get 10,000 likes and that person kills himself. Do you think that person who wrote that deserves any kind of, punishment?
I think so.
Yeah.
Personally, because, you kind of started that and you don't know what they're going through. So like, yes, I feel like that is a type of murder, I would call it. The sad thing is like, it's so hard to track people through the internet and all that stuff. So not a lot of people get away with it, because it has happened. And a lot of people do get away with it. So yeah, but yeah, I do wish that could happen. Like something can happen.
Some legal.
So you're originally from Colombia, or your family's from Colombia?
I was born in Colombia.
Okay.
I moved here when I was 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you travel back a lot, or?
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you, as far as the cultural difference on how we treat people from here and there, what are some of the biggest things you've noticed? Like, as far as respect, or just anything really that kind of like stands out, like, whoa, no way I'd see that.
I think it's more respect-wise, but yes, but also we're very like served to the man kind of thing. So like, if you're married to a man, cook for him, blah blah, do this. The woman.
So it's more traditional.
It's more traditional than that. And like also like if I have a brother, he would get more spoiled. Was like my mom would make me like clean and cook and all that stuff. Compared to like my brother, he won't do nothing.
So what would be the responsibility of a man, like your brother? Like, what's his responsibilities?
Oh, I don't have a brother. I'm just saying.
Oh no, if you did, but if you did
Yeah,
that.
I mean, he wouldn't have much to do. He'll
Really?
be able to do anything. Yeah, maybe my mom will ask him like throw the trash away or something small, but like she'll probably ask me to do most of the things.
Now, would it be assuming too much to think that traditionally the males would provide them more money, like provide the living?
Yeah, traditionally yes.
And then so like the women, they would just keep the home safe, or not the home, but keep the.
Yeah, take
The
care of the
house.
family
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
So with you having that dual experience, America versus Colombia, what are your stances now?
So I mean, I'm a teacher, so I know like about stuff. I personally do want to like have work like part-time and my husband to make more money, but I still want to work.
Right.
But I want to be able to focus on my family, because I
Right.
know how important for a child is like growth and develop for the mom to be there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the way that we do it, and in my household,
What grade do you teach?
I work at like a preschool.
Preschool, okay.
I work with 2-year-olds right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, thank you for being part of the education program, because it is incredibly underfunded.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it kind of goes with everything we're saying.
Yeah. We've been saying it from the start that teachers don't get enough respect.
Yeah, and it's really tough because a lot of times they're expected to be the parents.
Yeah.
I know you're teaching second or 2-year-olds, so it might be a little different. But my sister was a teacher, and the wild stuff she had to experience being a teacher in high school. And my sister looks young, and so she saw a lot of. I mean, students would come to her like, I'm gonna, rip your Asian hair out, and she's like, "Ooh." Yeah. She stopped teaching because of this. It wasn't a lot of money, and these kids were wild, and I think they're just getting wilder.
They're getting worse. Like 2-year-olds, like the way how they are now is just so bad.
Yeah.
And I think it's because too much electronics, too much of everything. They're overstimulated, and I feel like that has affected their education wise. I remember a couple years ago, like 2-year-olds were able to do more things compared to the 2-year-olds now. A lot of 4 and 3-year-olds are also like still having more accents, like potty accents, than in the past.
Right.
Like they're struggling to even just be potty trained. So it's taking them longer.
Right.
And it's just, it's a lot. And I think, electronics like has taken a toll.
It's pulled
on
the
that.
focus.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it has to do with, I think, economy. This is why I think that. Parents are working more. They're always at work. So you got mom working, dad working.
Yeah.
Like you said, traditionally, mom's home more.
Yeah.
And ideally, someone should be home more. Because what happens when you're working 8 hours a day, mom's working 8 hours a day, maybe more, maybe different schedules. The kids, you're exhausted when you come home.
Yeah.
You don't have time. So you go, go on your iPad.
Yeah.
Do this. And it's because we're exhausted because I don't know how it is in Colombia as far as work, but in America, it's a meat grinder. It's a meat grinder here, And you've been here since 9, and you see it. And being a teacher, I don't know what you make, but I'm sure you don't make enough, And it's tough.
Yeah,
and I think you have to. I don't know a teacher that just has one job. Most teachers I know have a second job, So I don't know. It makes me. I think it starts with family, and the family can't be there if they can't afford groceries.
Yeah. And I mean, I think to touch on that as well, it's like the day and age in which we live, like the mentalities in which we've grown up with. Like back in the day, it was like mom was home, dad worked. So you'd always have somebody at home. But nowadays you have kids getting off the school bus and just going home to no one, like locking the doors or hopefully locking the doors behind them and just being home alone and fending for themselves while mom and dad or mom or just dad is out there working. And, I know like Colombia, I feel is a little bit like Jamaica in the sense that you have you have your grandparents and stuff that might live in the same household as you. So you actually have somebody, an adult there to help take care of someone. So like even for me, when we moved here, my grandparents, moved in with us, so they lived with us, and they were there to take care of us when we got home off the bus. And my mom and dad were working. But I feel like nowadays we don't have that family dynamic.
I think you're right. It's gone. There's a lot of parents who don't want to take care of, or grandparents who don't want to take care of their grandkids. I know it's not like that there. But we touched base on this before.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of our parents who don't want to take care of their grandparents when they get old. So you've had this big shift where they just want to deal with it. So a lot of older people, when they get to that age, they sign everything off to a retirement home to live the rest of their days. And then the kids are mad because they didn't get anything. And they're like, the parents are thinking like, or the person in nursing home's like, well, you're not there for me.
Yeah.
We also are a part of a generation right now, and I'll touch base with you too, that if your parents, we create more boundaries, right? I've seen a lot of trends where people will cut off their mom and dad. Like, you know what, you're toxic, I'm cutting you off. And we're like, our age is kind of like the early, well, he's our age, but like close to. But at the age where if your mom's being really toxic or your father's being toxic, you're like, you know what, I'm not going to talk to him anymore. Yeah. And being 27, right? 27.
In
maybe
time
not,
of recording,
yes.
but maybe for the rest of her life.
Forever.
Maybe since you're Colombian, you won't see this, but maybe if you're American friends, you might see like they're really disrespectful to their parents. I don't know. Do you see that?
I have, I love my sister, but she was born here.
Yeah.
And she can get a little disrespectful. So I have seen it with other friends. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty Americanized, and it
Sure.
has come out every now and then. But my mom puts me.
She puts you in your place.
There's moments that like she's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Don't
yeah,
hit to hurt.
Definitely in America, like I seen that. Then yes, like they have cut off family members and all that stuff. I'm a very family person. Jordan knows that I'm a super family person. So like seeing that, like being able to just cut somebody off, is just crazy to me.
Yeah.
You know, my dad, he gives me a lot of shit. He's always has. Like, I'm a bad kid. And I wasn't. And I would tell him, I was like, I'm not a bad kid.
You're not a bad kid.
And I would point out other kids and the shit they were doing.
Yeah, but
I'm narking all my friends out.
but you're not. But they're not his kid.
But my dad said this to me. He goes, listen, for an American son, you are great. But Cambodian, you ain't shit. And I was like, God. And I was like, Dad, we're not in Cambodia, though. You got to help me to the standards. And I was like, guess what? American Dad, you ain't shit. You know, you didn't taught me to play baseball. I can barely swim. You know, that's on you. Okay. But yeah, basically, I think it starts at home. Mm-hmm. Everything starts at home. And once you have that foundation, it's you're building that kid up for success.
Yeah.
And I don't know how we got there from talking about this carry on. This carry on. You know, I guess we're saying that he had bad parents. I don't know.
Yes. The final thought. This tall dude has bad parents. He's actually an only child. That's like a only child move.
It does sound like an only child move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I the asshole because I'm second guessing having kids due to our opposing views on vaccinating them? Anti-vaxxer, or maybe not.
Or I see. Wait, how old is this?
Oh,
Is vaccine-
1 day ago.
Is vaccinating? I guess like measles and mumps and stuff like that. 'Cause I feel like, do we even do that anymore? The chicken pox?
we do.
We do?
Yeah.
I
There's
guess
like,
I'm just like, yeah, just give them the shots it needs so they can go to school.
sure. There's like a population of people who all got, I think, like measles because they were like really
Because they're
anti-vaccine.
anti-vax. Oh, okay, yeah,
And it
yeah,
came
yeah.
back and they were like, we haven't seen this in decades.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, so you say do the school vaccinations.
Yeah.
Okay, because they've been tested. Tried and
Yeah,
true,
I mean,
tried and true.
there's. I feel like a lot of people feel there are like underhanded things that they're trying to like put into the vaccinations and stuff like that, and I can understand like where they're coming from, but it's also like it's a standard thing we do here in the United States is that you vaccinate your kids so that we don't have a widespread measles, mumps, rubella,
Whatever, right.
whatever's like hitting schools because I mean, COVID was crazy. We don't talk about it anymore, but it was crazy.
It was crazy. Gabby, thoughts?
Oh, I think they should vaccinate kids. Obviously, not the ones that they don't need, but the main ones, because they're gonna be out there. Kids are dirty. They're nasty.
Yes.
So it's like
Facts.
vaccinating them is a one way to protect them from anything, and it's just
So if you're with a person who was an anti-vaxxer, that'd be a big
that
red
would be
flag.
just like I'm not gonna be with you.
I mean,
I love vaccinating. I love vaccinations. I do it twice a week.
you have to. You get all the stuff because
Yeah, they
just
test
because
everything
of-
on you guys.
I'd
Yeah,
get kicked out the military if I didn't
yeah,
vaccinate.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Would you think that was grounds for leaving a person? If let's say if you were, I guess you're saying you're
mean-
pro-vax.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm cool with either. I'm cool either way as long as my whole thing is always have a conversation about this stuff. You don't just want to be like, hey, we're married now, so now you have to do everything that I say. I say it's like no, you have to have a conversation about everything. You should before you get married talk about whether you want kids, how many kids you want, what family dynamic should look like, what you want out of a relationship. Because I mean, if you don't have those talks before you get married, and then you get married, then you're like, I didn't know, and it's like you should have talked to this person, right?
yeah.
Me, 35 male, and my wife, 32 female, are trying to have a baby, but we have since come to the opposite views on whether to vaccinate any future children. I am for immunizations against things like meningitis and measles, mumps, rubella, and polio as they are recommended. But my wife is not and prefers to wait at least 5 to 7 years before administering any vaccines, as she is convinced or concerned about ASD or other harmful side effects based on what she's seen on TikTok and Instagram videos. I've since been putting having a child on hold until we come to an agreement, and my wife isn't happy. Am I the asshole?
No.
He's not the asshole.
No. Don't take medical advice from TikTok or Instagram.
Yeah.
Just don't.
Well, look, I think it's good to find new things out on those platforms, but do your research, do your due diligence, because there are a lot of people who have benefited on things they've learned on TikTok. Like, I think everyone who has a TikTok has learned something. You're like, I didn't know that, and they figure it out, But also, don't just hear it and just blindly go like, well,
that's true.
Yep.
Because it's not always true. You really have to do your research. Like in the world that we live today, where the internet is just literally everywhere, false news is rampant.
No one researches anything.
Yeah, they don't.
Because everyone's trying to be the first. So what happens is, since TMZ started posting shit, like all the other news stations don't really vet their information. They just like, ooh, we gotta be there first because that's what people want, hot takes.
Yeah.
And so no one's vetting anything. No one feels. We talked about this a couple weeks ago with Luigi. Like everyone, and this is kind of a new thing, when everyone finds out the information before or at the same time. Before we had to wait until news outlets gave us information, but now we're finding real time.
Yeah.
What he looks like, what he eats, where his clothes is from. Real time, we knew all that stuff. Before, we wouldn't have known any of that stuff.
Yeah. It would have taken like 6 months before we even found out his name.
But yeah, it's pretty wild how news travels so fast. And being 27, Gabby, like this is, I guess you were probably the generation where that was so new. As far as with Twitter.
I got the iPhone and everything, yeah.
Yeah. Because we existed at a time where, at both sides.
We had pagers.
I didn't have a pager. I was no drug dealer. I was a drug dealer, Jamaican drug dealer, dude.
Yeah, that's me.
Do the voice.
What voice? What voice?
That high voice you make, that make me laugh so much. But yeah, it's just become this thing where everyone's just trying to be the first one to say something, and no one's vetting, and everyone's learning anything from Reels and Instagram.
Yeah.
What's a hack you learn online? Like a little short Instagram, you like, or YouTube or whatever.
Man, it's one of those things where it's like you see it and you're like, oh, that's really cool, and then it's just like gone. Like I watched.
So nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Nothing has really. Yeah,
stayed. Nothing stayed.
Nothing stayed.
Is it because too much information is coming in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
It's just too much, and it's like by the time you're able to use what you saw, it's already out of your mind, and you're just basically just doing what you normally do every day. So it's like the hack that you learn was really cool in the moment, but it's not practical because it's not anything you're using in that moment. Now, I have looked up videos while like on set because I was trying to figure out how to do a certain thing, which YouTube University.
I feel like I can do anything with YouTube.
I don't think anything. Again, try it before you actually like try to implement things into your everyday life. Just like try it first on a small scale. But I would say that it has helped me out. YouTube University really helped me out. But the TikTok, like those quick hot takes and stuff, it's in one ear, out the other.
Gabby, have you learned anything from a life hack or something you just didn't know from like a quick TikTok video, and you're like, oh, I didn't know that?
Like I use like TikTok a lot. I would say even Jordan can blame me on that.
He's shaking
Like
his
he'll
head.
ask me something, and I'll like use TikTok to like research it too. Which is so he hates when I do that, but it's like
TikTok is it's a search engine too.
it's a search engine, yeah. But like I use it for like dumb stuff, like how to like do a better eyeliner or like some dumb like that. Or like if I'm searching a scene from an anime, I'll use TikTok for that kind of stuff for sure. But like basic like more like what this word definition means, I'll use Google.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times TikTok is good for like you said, using it like a search engine because you'll see someone's experience.
Yeah.
When you go on Google, you're reading people who are just writing reviews. But if I go like best restaurant in Atlanta, or Italian restaurant in Atlanta, I'll see a view or a video that's got a high number of views, and I'll look and I'll go like, people are agreeing. I'm like, this must be a good spot.
Yeah,
So
I would see
it's good for
videos,
stuff like that.
restaurants or like coffee places.
Yeah.
That would like show like Duluth and all that stuff. I would like go to those
Yeah,
because of TikTok.
I do it all the time where I'm like, I want to try this place out. It looks really
Yeah.
cool. And you get to see the atmosphere
Yeah.
versus just like a picture on Google.
Yeah.
And like, oh, that's a nice professional picture, but you get to see the experience on a TikTok video.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I think we're good, right?
So where can, if people that are watching this want to find you? Obviously, she's on TikTok.
We need your
a
social
lot.
we need your social. We need her address.
Address? No. But where can they find you?
Well, I Twitch stream video
Yeah.
games, and I also do TikToks and Instagram, both GGX Gabby GABII.
And we'll have a link in the description below. But what do you like? You say you stream. What do you stream?
Mostly FPS, first-person shooters. Valorant. I'm starting to get into Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
We played.
Yeah, we did. We played all three of us, me, Jordan, and Gabby, and Jordan's friend Brad. We teamed up and went into Marvel Rivals. Have you played it?
No, I play Call of Duty with my friends, and you never play with me. We talk about this a lot.
Listen.
I don't know why you're spending so much time with your son doing these things when you've known me longer. You've known me longer than your son.
This is factually true. I have known this man and that man right there.
You
longer
barely
than
know
my
her.
son. I'm Matt.
And I'm Anthony.
And I'm Gabby.
And this is
Doors Open.